Hey guys, and today I am going to be starting a new series called Ollie's Fun Experience Learning Time. Yeah, and you probably know that I haven't made a name up for it right now, but this is a channel where I help fairly younger kids get better in history and learn things that they have to learn in school, but in a way funner way, like much funner way, like reading. And if you don't like reading what I do, it's going to make it more fun, and I'll just read to you. This is not for grown-ups if you're out there 8 and 9s. So today I am going to be starting the book all over again. I've already read it. Well, and this is a kind of sad story, but I am going to be reading a book to you today, and on the second part, I am probably going to be discussing maths, then history, then science, all those fun stuff. So, my reading skills aren't on point. Yeah, but today we are going to be reading The Boy in a Dress. It's made by David Walliams. It's a really good book. I highly recommend it for you guys. So it's basically £4 on eBay, what is a fairly good price. So without further ado, let's get into it. And sorry if I make some mistakes for you guys. And I am going to be showing you the pictures at the end if there are some. Okay, so chapter 1, no hugging. So yeah, Dennis was different. When he looked in the mirror, he saw an ordinary 12-year-old boy, but he felt different. Yeah, thought that was ordinary because thought that wasn't a different, right? But he felt different. His thoughts were full of colour and poetry, though his life could be boring. The story I'm going to tell you begins here, in Dennis's ordinary house, an ordinary street in an ordinary town. His house was nearly exactly the same as the others in the street. One house had double glazing, another did not. One had gravel drive, another had crazy pathing. One had Vauxhall Cavalry in the drive, another a Vauxhall Astra. Those are cars, I think. Tiny differences that only really pointed out the sameness of everything. It was all so ordinary, something extraordinary just had to happen. Dennis lived with his dad. His dad is actually really fat. You don't actually know this now, but yeah, no spoilers. I've already got up to page 57, where it's pretty good. Who did have a name, but Dennis just called him Dad. So, let me just say this again. Dennis lived with his dad, who did have a name, but Dennis just called him Dad. That's what I do. So I will too. So, yeah, that is just a little bit of a joke from David Walliams. And, yeah, a really nice guy. I think never mind. Yes, Dennis just called him Dad, so I will too. And his older brother, John, who was 14, Dennis found it frustrating that his brother would always be 2 years older than him and bigger and stronger. Dennis's mum had left home a couple of years ago. Before that, Dennis used to creep out of his room and sit on top of the stairs and listen to his mum and dad shout at each other until one day the shouting stopped. This is a sad part. She was gone. Dad banned John and Dennis from ever mentioning Mum again, and soon after she left, he went around the house and took down all the photographs of her and burnt them in a big bonfire. That is just a joke, so you don't get too sad. But Dennis managed to save one. One solitary photo escaped from the flames, dancing up into the air from the heart of the fire, before floating through the smoke and onto the edge. As dusk fell, dusk, is that a word? Isn't it supposed to be dust? Dusk, dusk. Sounds more like duck, but never mind. As dusk fell, Dennis snuck out and retrieved the photo. Retrieved. I think this book has some mistakes in the photo. It was charred and blackened around the edges. At first his heart sank, but when he turned it to the light, he saw the image was as bright and clear as ever. It showed a joyful scene. A younger John and Dennis with Mum at the beach. Mum wearing a lovely yellow dress with flowers on it. Dennis loved that dress. It was full of colour and life, and soft to touch. When Mum put it on, it meant that summer has arrived. It has been warm outside after she had left, but it hadn't really been summer in their house again. In the picture, Dennis and his brother were in swimming trunks holding ice cream cones. Vanilla ice cream smeared around their smiling mouths. Dennis kept the photo in his pocket and looked at it secretly every day. His mum looked so actually beautiful in it, even though her smile was uncertain. Yeah, that is a joke. Dennis stared at it for hours on end, trying to imagine what she had been thinking when it was taken. Yeah, so anyway, that is the story for today. And today I am hopefully going to upload another one of these, but it's going to be about maths and fun ways of learning it. So this was the story. We have got into page 14, going on to 15.